Hi guys, I just about forgot something. Uh, this is an addendum to my last video in regards to, I was talking about the sinkholes. Uh, it seems like the government has made like an amendment to one of their bills themselves, and this is to amend the Homeland Security Act of 2002. And it is a federal emergency management agency, which is FEMA, to provide guidance and coordination for mass fatality planning. Okay, so they know that there is something going to happen, that's going to occur. I don't know, it has to do what is going to happen in the Midwest, or wherever it's going to happen, or it has to do with a pole shift or something else. I don't know. But it seems to me that they know something and they're not telling us. So this is from HR 6566, and what the following bill incurs is, well, let me read some of it here. I'll straighten up my screen, excuse me there. This gives a FEMA to provide guidance, and I've read that. And it also says that this act may be cited as a mass fatality planning and religious consideration act. Okay, now that was interesting about religious consideration. When I get down here to that part, it says emergency preparedness often plans for how to provide and prepare and provide survivors from natural disasters, acts of terrorism, or other man-made disaster. Okay, we're talking about the Gulf oil spill. Okay, but it fails to plan for how to prepare for or respond to mass fatalities that result from such instances. Okay, or a natural disaster of some sort, and what could be going on. Okay, now the funeral homes, cemeteries, and mortuaries could be overwhelmed with such mass fatalities arise from a natural disaster, act of terrorism, or other man-made disasters. Well, no doubt some act of terrorism from our government or man-made disaster, like I say, the Gulf of, started by the Gulf of Mexico oil spill and other, well, I'd say all three. That's something that they're planning. And my guess is about the act of terrorism, what they got up their sleeve. But anyway, it says the different religions have different customs of surrounding death. For example, Jewish and Muslim religions call for burial of deceased not later than 48 hours after death. Okay, and the funny thing about it, they don't mention Christians. Okay, it's just Jewish and Muslim religions. I guess they have their own kind of what you call rules, regulations about burials and death in the religion. But anyway, I'll just leave the, let me see if this is a PDF I have here, so I don't know if I have the link. But basically that's what this bill incurs, really. And you can look it up. It's HR 6566. And funny thing about this bill is that you see a lot of sixes anymore in a lot of everything, especially about what I talked about in my last video about the fires. How many acres were burned? 666,000, and then you got 666 here. It's just all too freaky. But I'll just leave it. I'll try to find the link, hopefully, and I'll leave it down there in the info bar. But if it's not down there, you can Google this, HR 6566. And there's some other information I need to tell you all about. Uh, it's something that I've been researching, looking into, and a lot of people have been talking about World War III. Well, when is it going to happen, or is it just a rumor and all that? Well, the information I found is going to be quite interesting, but I can tell you, to give you a little glimpse about what I found out, that I'll tell you right now that the World War III has been going on since 1999. And you'll probably say, what? Like, how do you know that? Well, I mean, what was everyone looking for? Some kind of like a Big Bang, you know, or some type of major event to happen. Well, when you think back about the other world wars, like World War I and World War II, I mean, did it, you know, set off a big thing around the world? No, it didn't. As you remember, like in World War I, you know, what happened, how it got started with the assassination of the king, the Serbian king there. And that's the funniest thing about it. It's what happened in World War I is happened in the same area right now in the land of what they call that, Bosnia, Kosovo, Serbia, Macedonia, around in that area. They call it the Balkan region. And there was a prophecy somewhere that said that that World War III would start in that basic area. And I'm just going to try to find that prophecy. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that in the next video in regards to why I think that World War III has already started, and it started back in 1999. So that's all for this video. I just wanted to mention it was just something I had left out earlier, and to let you know what I had planned to talk about in my next video, and plus about the two candidates' elections, and what I think and why I think that maybe this might be the last election for all time for America, and about the two candidates and all, and hope for the future, because there is a great hope for the future. And I was trying to think of something else, but I just want to keep updated on the pole soup situation, the Midwest, New Madrid, and earthquakes, volcano eruptions, all that stuff that's going on right now, that's taking place, because we're heading towards a great pole shift, you guys, because the Bible prophesied it, that was going to happen. And let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I just want to touch on that briefly again. This was in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, in the 24th chapter and the 25th chapter, where the world will be devastated and a remnant will be saved. So the Lord Jesus talked about the new covenant, and that he was a fulfillment of that new covenant, and what would happen in the end time on the earth. And I had read this scripture before a number of times in my videos, and it's good to remind you again, because it was prophesied in the Bible as to what was going to happen. There was going to be a pole shift that would change the entire earth, and the all the inhabitants on the earth. Not just America is going to experience great tribulation, but it's going to happen throughout the earth. And I also wanted to mention something too in regards to Zionism and what Zionism really means. I know a lot of you guys didn't like me talking about that subject, but I'm gonna ask one more plea in another video. Why not to follow Zionism? Because it's an Antichrist movement, and it's not a movement in the Bible. What God was talking about. It's a totally different thing. And I'll get into that in another video, and why I think that any Christian that is in this movement should get out of it. But Isaiah 24 says that, Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turns it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, and with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, and so with her mistress, and as with the buyer, so with the seller, and the lender, and the borrower, and the taker of usury, and so the giver of usury. And the land shall be utterly emptied, and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. So what he's saying here is going to affect everyone on the face of the earth. And the earth mourns and fadeth away, and the world languished and fadeth away, and haughty people of the earth do languish. And the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, and changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. And that's what the Lord warned back in Moses' time, when he told Moses what would happen to the Israelites at that time, that they had violated the old covenant because they couldn't keep the old covenant. But we're under a new covenant now, under grace, and that is through Jesus Christ. He has fulfilled that. And it mentions further too in Isaiah. It mentions that in the midst of the land among the people there shall be a shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. And they shall lift up their voice, and they shall sing for the majesty of the Lord, and they shall cry aloud from the sea. And whereas to glorify ye the Lord in the fires, even the name of the Lord of Israel in the isles of the sea, for the utmost part of the earth, that have we heard songs, and even glory to the righteous. And the Lord says that my leanness flow unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. And fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh out of the midst of the pit shall be taken into the snare. And for the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake, and the earth is utterly broken down, and the earth is clean dissolved, and the earth is moved exceedingly. And the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall, and not rise again. So there's your warning right there, people. That's what the Lord is talking about. And what in just a few words, it's a pole shift. And it is going to happen. So y'all be ready, okay? And I have more coming up, and because I'm at the end of the video, and so I'll talk to you guys later. So give your life to Jesus today if you don't know him. We're not guaranteed another tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye bye.